welcome to Cape Peninsula University of Technology. And thank you for the enriching speech. I just listened at the tail of it. In fact, I listened when you were giving answers. And then I realized, and then I could imagine how rich the speech was. Other SRCs from other institutions are here. Members of political, social, what student organizations that are here, if they are. Welcome and thank you for coming to this function, to this event, and listen to your leaders that you actually elected when they try to shape the politics and the economy and the social environment of our Africa. I think I must just take the sins of my father as the man of the best of the SRC of Securities was saying. And I will be very brief. I looked at the first speech of the former president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, who was the father of African democracy. And when he first made the speech, he was in London. And then he came back, he became the president, and he was still very young when he took over the presidency. And remember, the colonial system, as well as the apartheid system, is similar to the patriarchal system that embroils Africa. Similar in a sense that a young person is not seen to have ideas that can propel the nation going forward. The same way as you are a young man at home and they still your father. Unless you tell your father about technology, then he will listen. But if you tell him about other things, he won't listen. The question is why? So I think Kwame Nkrumah therefore had these sins when he started. But he shared these ideas. And it connects to me with the theme, the governance leading from Africans' leadership perspective. But what I like about what Prince my VC was going to say was going to touch on the African young leaders and governance. So the whole agenda of Africa was started by a young person. The same way as, in fact, I want you to read the biography of Iron Smith. It's a worry to a number of scholars in Africa currently. And on the page, I think it's page 197, there's a sentence there that it won't take 1,000 years for the colonial masters to recolonize Africa. It won't take 1,000 years. Which means in 1982, even before 1980, the colonial masters knew that their journey in Africa is going to be very short. When Kwame Nkrumah made the first statement, then they knew that something big is coming. And their stay in Africa is not going to be a long stay. And they started planning for their coming over. Whether they do that the same way that they took Africa, or they do it differently. I must use the black one. No people up there. So I think we must actually look at that. And if you look at these countries when they started promoting democracy, led by these young leaders when they were presidents, with the help of the whites, it was very clear, colleagues, that in the economic front, then young leaders took over. In the economic front, then, I know now in some other countries, particularly in South Africa, there is this generation of political generation that if you are 40 years or whatever, you must not eat or you must not lead. So I think, to me, it's very clear that these young leaders then in 1960, they realized that education is the key. And therefore they actually thought that it's not only their kids that must be educated, but they themselves must be educated. So basically, to be young to me is not on the parameters of age, but it's on the parameters of what new ideas, sort of young ideas, are there that can be shared. And do you also believe in these young ideas? Not because they come from your generation. These might be the ideas that have been there for decades, but we never had people who are so triumphant, victorious in their heartband to take the issues and lead forward. So basically, all countries have got society. We have communities, but very few leaders. Very few leaders. And all countries have got communities and organizations. But very few organizations have got good governance. And governance, in terms of leadership, is saying you exist within a culture, but the culture that you exist in is ought to assist you to achieve your goals without scrupulous means. So, I believe that all the discussions that you had were really focusing on the role that you colleagues must have. And you must bear in mind, as far as age is concerned, this thing, I think at the age of 35, you stop being a youth. And if I look back in my time, I wanted Mr. President to be a professor at the age of 25. Yeah. At the age of 25, I wanted to be a professor. Because the people who were teaching me at around 23 years, they were professors, but they were white. And I keep on asking myself, why young professors, white professors? What's going on? And then all the black ones are still Mr. and Mrs. or Miss. These are the titles that you're born with. So I wanted to change my title. But I was told that I must work harder and harder and harder. But let me tell you something. These kind of policies that the Deputy Minister was talking about, believe you me, in your time, they are going to change. The rope is going to be tighter. Whether you want to be a professor, but the criteria for professorship in your time will be different from my time. So, the way in which you prepare for leadership should be different from the preparation of Kwame Nkrumah and the Mandelas and the Zumas and Uncle Bob's. Must be different. And it's up to you to talk about those characteristics now. It's up to you to share the type of future that you want. And you must think about us, because we'll be pensioners. And we want to live in your world, because you are living in our world. And if in our world we allowed you to have a deputy minister, she sacrificed all her commitments, we will want in your time to sacrifice your commitments for us. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying. In your time, we want you to sacrifice your resources for us. And you can't tell us that there will be no money for pensioners. but there will be money for you to go the other things, all our pensions. And I'm saying this because the treasurer was talking about the faculty, whatever. I now realize, Mr. President, as you lead old people, the thinking is different. They think about retirement. Even in meetings, they ask you things that are not in the agenda. They think about their retirement. They think about working for CPUT, the faculty, after retirement. So, you will find many of us thinking of wanting to be youth after age of 35. You'll find many of us wanting to sit with you. I just forgot the name of this place. Cabana? Oh, Cubana. Cubana? You'll find many of us, no, I'm serious. You'll find many of us wanting to drive these Mini Coopers, throwing the keys to the bouncer at the age of 85 and sitting with you in Cubana. But I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. What is right about that is that when you are a young person, a young leader in particular, you are in association of leaders that have experience. Your way of thinking changes. It changes because the agenda is different, how you articulate is different. So I would say, use those who have passed the age of 35 for your own benefit because there's something certain. There's something certain. That in future I won't be there, but you will be there. That the youth will be the presidents and the CEOs and will be the taxpayers. That is certain. And that is certain. So I really hope that you really use CPUT space to debate the future of our continent. And I really hope that you see this rainbow nation that is here. And make sure that these are the peoples of Africa. And I'm not sure who must get this.